really bad one. Like a legendary bad one. That's good.
Like that shit ain't throwback. That's just old.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I used to rap. Boy. Man, what's going on with y'all? Listen to the Sunday Funday edition of the Rahm Kely Show, aka the Rahm and Mel Show, aka the Barbecue, aka Big Head Pete and them, aka some shit that Ramen does on every Sunday. And what's going on, y'all?
Hey.
Hey, okay. And for the people that don't know, the other Hayes voice that you heard that is not Melanie is comedian Nick Pizzuti. What's going on, Nick?
How's it going, man?
You good? Yeah, man, don't focus on there.
I know, it's like I'm watching myself. I'm like, man, I look terrible.
Yeah, don't even watch yourself because listen, when you watch yourself online, it's like watching yourself in the mirror having sex. It's not, you know what I'm saying? What's going on the live is not what's going on inside. Okay, it's just something totally different, man. So what's been good with you, Nick?
Oh, I don't know, just staying busy. Yeah, just staying busy, man. Work, more work.
Work, like a Rihanna song. I feel you. So for the people that don't know, man, you're a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
How long you been doing comedy, bud?
I've been at it just a shade under 10 years, I'm gonna say, give or take.
Okay. 10 years.
Yeah.
So what made you come to comedy? Like how did you find comedy, or did comedy find you, or?
Yeah, I had a bad day, and I was watching a stand-up comedy skit, and it was actually Pauly Shore of all things.
Okay, you know what? Okay.
It's just
okay. He said juju out your way.
But no, it was like back when we were kids. You know what I mean? Like, say what you will. Pauly Shore was like
Pauly Shore was that guy. Pauly Shore was that guy. He had a run. Okay, I feel you.
And I came home, had a bad day one day, and I was sitting there watching it, and I started laughing at it, and I'm like, that changed my day, man. Just seeing somebody, you know what I mean? Like, here you are having the worst day. Actually, it was my birthday. I got fired and dumped all on the same day.
Oh, wow. Shit, that was that song was about. So you had a bad day.
Yeah, dude.
God, yeah. Okay. So you were like, you know what? You could have went to. Oh man.
Yeah.
So it was almost like that Michael Douglas movie, Falling Down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got fired. You got dumped.
Yep.
Shit. Did you want a breakfast sandwich and it was lunchtime?
I got in a fight with my dad. The one time I got in a fight with my dad, and I went out and I jumped in my car, and my car spun out. It was February, and I hit the curb and got stuck on the curb and had to walk back in the house.
Oh shit, that was some humbling. God was like, you know what? You are fucking tripping. Turn your ass around. All right. So how did that work out? Do you still remember your first time doing comedy, or is it a blur? Or
yeah, actually, as soon as that summer, when I was 19, was the first time I did stand-up comedy.
Okay.
After seeing it, and I took the classes and went through the whole thing.
How'd you get into this fucking comedy club? Aren't you all 21 and up?
Yeah, but you could sign up for the classes, so you could be underage and still perform.
Okay.
But you just couldn't drink. So, yeah, I took the classes at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. They ran them then.
Damn, when you were 19 years old?
Yeah.
Shit. Have you graduated yet?
Yeah, I just graduated.
Just graduated? Okay.
So, but then it was hard. It was really hard to get into comedy then, because like it didn't have a community like we do now. Like I can get a hold of you or you at any time. Right. Back then, if you weren't on the in click, that was it. Back in like the 99, you know what I mean? There wasn't social media like there is now. Right. So it was real hard, and then I dropped out of it and got in improv and took Second City Detroit.
Shit, you did improv too?
Yeah.
I had no idea who you are. Okay, that's it. Yeah, learning my friends. Okay, this is dope.
Learning a lot.
And then I got married, made that mistake, and then
I mean,
focused on that.
Learning lessons, man. That's a bunch of material right there.
Yeah, no shit. But I always tell like the comedians, don't forget to live life, because that's where we get our material from. You know what I mean?
I was just thinking that.
Everybody just wants to do comedy, but then you forget, like, now I'm doing road jokes about like being on the road with you, and we think they're funny. The crowd has no idea what we're fucking talking about.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. So okay. So that's a good point. So how do you take your jokes from being relatable to just you to be relatable to everybody? Or do you ever have that? Because like I know some comedians, like there's one comedian in our scene who famously feels like he's never bombed, but from what I hear, he's never made anyone laugh. You know what I mean? But how do you make your life relatable?
I don't know. Like I think like there's like certain things that people are going to enjoy. I don't know, like topic like sports.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
if you got a joke about sports, people are probably going to relate to it. Hip hop, people are
Okay.
probably going to relate to it. You know what I mean? But a lot of people like to be so clever with their jokes and do these like, that was the 33rd president. And you're like, dude, how fucking
Who the fuck was the 33rd president?
No one knows
Oh,
what you're talking about.
oh,
yeah, you say Abraham Lincoln or George Washington.
that's
You
it.
don't.
Or maybe Trump or Barack or one of the Bushes, but that's about it, man. Maybe Reagan, but anybody else, we don't talk about because nobody knows.
No,
No,
you're making them
yeah.
think too much. It's not funny by the time they get to it.
Yeah. But it's like the example I always give is everybody tries to be too clever. Like when you say a wrestler, say Hulk Hogan, because everybody knows who Hulk Hogan is.
Right.
Don't be trying to be clever and be like Arn Anderson. Nobody's gonna know who Arn Anderson
One
is.
person in the back
Yeah.
chuckles.
Why? Yeah. They're stupid. Well, yeah, no shit, they're stupid. They're the
Well,
fucking.
technically, Bret the Hitman Hart is a better technical wrestler than Rey Mysterio, okay? I'm like, yeah.
Hey, don't talk shit about Rey Mysterio.
Listen, man.
That's not even a controversial point.
What?
That's not even a controversial statement.
Look, I don't even know what the fuck I just said, okay? I just named two wrestlers that I knew. I don't know. I don't know that shit. I swear. So Nick, so this is a thought that I was thinking. Do you want to be famous or do you want to be funny?
You know what?
I know, right? A hard-hitting question.
I agree.
It sounded like it was going to be an easy question, right?
Yeah, and I'm like,
oh
you
shit,
know,
do I want to be famous
yeah.
or do I want to be funny?
Let my pride answer that first.
Yeah.
Of course, I want to be funny, and then it's like, well, one goes with the other.
I mean, just be honest. That's what I'm saying.
If I'm like hilarious to you guys, sorry, but who gives a shit?
Right. So, yes, do you want to be funny? Do you want to be famous?
Mother. There's that 50-50. I'm on.
Oh yeah. I'm not moving on until you ask.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Then we'll go famous.
You'll go
Because
famous.
You can't be famous without being funny. To me, personally.
You can't be famous without being funny.
I don't know if that's completely true. Of course, that depends on perspective
You know.
The top dogs are still the top dogs, no matter who you are, though, right?
But are they funny because they're the top dogs or because they're actually funny?
Okay, so you get somebody like Matt Rife, where it's like it's arguable, like whether he's funny or he's not.
Handsome Squidward. Like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna fuck. The man looks like Handsome Squidward. Okay, I don't give a fuck. That's who he looks like. I don't know if he's funny or not. The social media, I think, has skewed the view of what comedy really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think you can be successful without being funny. You just gotta be put in the
But
right
you still
position.
gotta sell the shit out of it. And is that necessarily a bad thing? Okay, so is Dennis Rodman not a good basketball player because all he did was rebound?
It's not all he did was rebound.
All right,
He
but that was
rebounded
his
the
strength.
shit out the
But
ball.
that was his strength. So if you play to your strength, no matter what you're playing.
Okay. To prove my point, I like to bring up Arsenio Hall.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't like
Arsenio Hall as a talk show host, great. That was his lane. As a stand-up comedian,
Yeah, maybe not so much.
B
You know what
plus.
I'm saying?
B plus. Yeah, he
a
was,
B plus.
I still thought he was good.
Oh man, hella C minus, man. I've never seen him.
I don't
on
know,
stage.
man. Like that was one of those people that were just hype when we were kids, and it was like, you just jumped on that. You just jumped on that when you were a kid.
Do you think he was funny because he was famous?
I think he was put in a position for people to judge because he knew Eddie Murphy.
But okay, back to my Hulk Hogan theory. Was he the best wrestler? Because he wasn't, but he sold the shit out of it. He sold the most T-shirts. You can't argue that.
Yeah, he had a good
Yeah, he
brand.
was.
No way. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was by far the best technical wrestler.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
So you say something like
Hulk
that.
Hogan had Hulk.
But Hulk Hogan sold the shit out of it. He went out there, he did the
Macho
thing.
Man Randy Savage.
All
was
right.
better than Hulk Hogan.
Oh, way better.
Hogan couldn't even sell his fucking spaghetti. He couldn't sell a fucking wrestling movie.
You know,
Yeah, he was terrible in the ring, but he sold the shit out of it. So technically, he was still the best wrestler because
Yeah,
he
he
put
sold
the
out
most.
tons of tickets.
He put the asses in the seats and he sold the T-shirts.
Yeah, I
So
think Macho Man was on cocaine.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh yeah.
They all were.
Yeah.
I looking back now, I was like, how did I not know?
But okay, think about like the comedy scene. Like the comedy scene back in the 80s would have been awesome, dude. Think like
I
that
would
would have
die.
been. That would have died
I
too.
would've died. Man, come on, man. Comedy scene in the 80s. We wouldn't have been here to talk about it now, man. Come on. Come on. I was fucking around. Who would I been partying? Man, no, I wouldn't have been here. No. No. Okay, so hey, so Mel, I know I asked you this before. Did I ask you famous or funny?
Yeah, I think you did. I don't remember
You don't know?
though. I'm funny. I don't really want to be famous.
Yeah, I think I want to be funny because along the lines of funny comes funny and respected. You know what I mean? Because let's just look at Patrice O'Neal. You know what I mean?
The cream eventually rises to the top theory.
He died, but when he was alive, he wasn't famous, but he was funny and he was respected by his peers as being one of the funniest.
And funniest, yeah.
So would you?
But he was still famous. Like you can't take that part of.
Was he famous, or was he on the circuit?
Well, okay, see, that's unfair to people like us because, like, to us, like that was like that was huge, right?
I mean, yeah, there's levels to this sex shit. You know what I mean? Because like now that people know me like shit, I feel like I'm famous. I walked out of fucking club. They was like, "Hey, Rahm Kely from comedy." I said, "Oh shit, Rahm Kely from Facebook." They were like, "Yeah, that's you, right?" I said, "Yeah." So yeah, I'm famous.
Does that freak you out at all when that happens?
Nope. No.
I get the Italian guy all the time. So like everywhere I go, it's always, oh, hey. It's like, yeah,
I thought
people
they would ask you about football more often.
Aaron
Rodgers,
Rodgers.
just like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Like you look like Aaron Rodgers when he just came back from doing all the drugs. You know what I'm saying? It was not before, not when, you know what I'm saying, but right
during the thick of it.
It was right in the thick of the hallucination. You look like Aaron Rodgers then. All right, so with this comedy, so you would rather be famous because you feel like famous comes with the success.
I feel like cream eventually rises to the top, like Patrice O'Neal. You can't, like, you can hold them back for so long, but then sooner or later somebody discovers you and like, yeah, like you're famous. You're almost instantly famous nowadays too. If you get discovered, you're like turn of the leaf. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like it's different. I feel like you know what I feel like fame is now? Like I feel like comedians, I don't feel like you're a real comedian until you book yourself for more time than you can actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like that's like I've booked an hour and I've had 7 jokes. You know what I'm saying? I've had nothing. You know, so I feel like the fame is easier. I feel like you can go from YouTube to everyone knowing you because your fucking joke went viral. But you know what I'm saying? Are you ready for it?
But I think the order of it is done wrong. I think that it should be get your stage down first. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's an hour 15. So you have some time to bleed over into your next set. But if you get like an hour 15 down and then present yourself on social media with these one-liners and then they put you on stage, you ain't at a loss for words. You're going out there and killing it. You know what I mean? A lot of these kids make the mistake and they get in front of the TikTok and they're like, "Oh, I'm so funny."
You're old. I know you're old.
The TikTok.
You know what I'm saying? I caught that. I did the same thing with TikTok and Facebook. Okay. You know what? Sometimes, Nick, I forget that you've been in this a little bit longer than me, and you have a different perspective. You know, and it's like, oh shit, that was just some game right there. That was some jewels. You know, so like I know a lot of comedians our age and a little bit older. They kind of look down on the social media comedians or like whatever. But what it sounds like to me, you are like, hey, you know what I mean? You get your work down first and then you go to the social media because we need that.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because I think a lot of people put the advertisement out there like, oh, I'm so funny. And then they get them on stage and they're like, only have 10, 15.
Have the material to back it.
Yeah, because I mean, all of us, like when we started, we were pretty good, let's say. And in comparison to somebody that was above us, we always thought, well, I'm funnier than them.
You know what?
And the thing is, we may have been funnier than them, but we did not have the time that they did. So that person could have beat us in 20 minutes. In 5 minutes, we might have killed them.
Right.
But in 20 minutes, we didn't stand a chance.
You know, along the lines of that, anybody with a set, if you were looking for a set when I first started, you weren't looking for me. You know what I mean? I fucking had no set. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm
just
like,
stream show.
I'm fucking grabbing for laughs. I didn't care they were low hanging fruit or fruit on the ground. I don't give a fuck if it was an apple core in the garbage. I was picking that up. Hey, is this funny? You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so shit. What were we just talking about? I just fucking lost it. I had a point. I lost it. It happens. I'm old.
Yeah.
All right. So social media.
You got to have it, right?
I
I don't like it, but yeah, you have to have it.
You do have to have it. You know what I mean? You do have to have it. I'm not there yet. I feel like I have a presence, a little small presence, just so can't nobody take my name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like as soon as you have to say the real Nick
Oh
Pizzuti, you know what I'm
God,
saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
like
That's
you're
like-
Ohio State or something.
Yeah, like so I'm like at Rahm Kely everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, whether I'm active or not. Where are you on the social media? Is it at Nick Pizzuti or is it?
Yeah, it's Nick Pizzuti mostly, like for the things, and then some numbers or some shit. But I'm terrible with
You're
that.
terrible with social media.
Yeah, I'm terrible with it, but I like try to put content out there here and there. And
What kind of content do you put out?
I put my stage up. I put the jokes up.
Okay. So a lot of comedians feel like you shouldn't put your jokes out there because people steal your shit.
Okay. So at a certain point, I think you turn a corner. Your material's out. Like my material's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got my material out there 10 times over. I can look it up on YouTube right now, and like I would say about 60% of my material is out there.
That's kind of like a humble brag.
You know what I mean? But that's not like in my hands. At a certain
Okay.
point, you just turn that corner, and it's out there. So like, might as well make it an advertisement and a teaser if it's going to be out there. You know what I mean? Because when the advertisement for 300 comes on and it goes, "This is Sparta," we all watch it. So we're like, we knew he was going to say that, but
We watch
yeah.
Have you ever seen someone pull out their camera that you didn't know and start recording you?
Yeah.
How did that feel? Because it freaked me the fuck out when the first time it happened to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a humbling. That is a humbling thing.
And I mean, it was like, I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Am I killing it? I think I'm killing it because people are laughing.
Yeah.
But are these laughs not real? You know what I'm saying? It was weird. So I looked at it and I had to stop looking at the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how did you feel?
And of course, it was like this college kid, and like he was like, "Oh my god," like that type of shit. And I'm like, "Oh god!" Like
I can see college kids liking your style.
it's that pendulum swings because like it's like I don't know. Like if you've seen my set lately, like it's gotten edgier and edgier.
I haven't seen it lately. I haven't seen you since I was driving way out to where I shouldn't have been on a suspended license.
Yes, I remember that. We were out in front of. It was like 2 winters ago. Or
Yeah.
That's
That's last one. Wasn't it Freddie? Was it Freddie's?
Was it?
I think it was Freddie's out there.
I remember it was cold, and you and I were
shit.
standing out front, and then some lady came up and yelled at us because we were being, I guess, rude.
You remember more than me.
That's.
So you're getting edgier.
Yeah, well, I've gotten edgier and edgier, and like I don't know, like I just feel like
So what do you mean edgier? Like,
and I hate that term.
Like, what kind of topics are you trying to tackle?
Race, religion, all that stuff.
Oh,
like I'm just
okay.
digging, like I mean, I started with the disability jokes, but then like people got a little too like far, like I don't know, like left, like they just like they started sticking up for me.
They became
During your
empathetic
set?
of your
Like
jokes.
for me.
So wait a minute. So you're up there, you know what I'm saying, after you live through it, you know what I'm saying, and you're telling a joke, and they're starting to defend you
Against
you, during your set.
yeah.
That sounds annoying.
So it just made me turn a corner within the last 2 years. I'm like, fuck it. If I'm gonna be the bad guy, then I'm gonna, you know what I mean? If
So you're just going for
yeah,
it
if you're
now.
gonna make me the bad guy because I'm making jokes about disabilities that I had, then I'm gonna make jokes about disabilities and race and religion and you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
every villain has an origin story, and this is yours.
yeah.
So you say you make jokes on disabilities, and you say what you have. Do you mind speaking on that now?
I'm epileptic. I
Epileptic.
have ADD, all that stuff that coincides with it, memory loss, and so yeah, brain damage.
Okay,
essentially.
okay.
So, but yeah, I made a lot of jokes about that, and then like a lot of people got defensive because you can't say that, and it's
So how do you feel about the? Okay, now that's when it hits your set. Okay, when it hits your set, it's like, how are you gonna politically correct me? You know, on my shit? Because I've had someone tell me, I had a Caucasian tell me, hey, you can't say nigger during your set.
that joke, that closer that you
Yeah.
used to do is one of my favorite jokes because white people don't know what to do with themselves. Honestly, goodness, around like they're like frozen. They're like, what? I like every time you do that joke, I'm like, oh my god, that alone was worth it.
That's crazy. And what's crazy is that's based on a hella true story. You know what I'm saying? Based on a hella true story. So how do you feel about this politically correctness in comedy? The saying certain things you can't say, shouldn't say. Where do you stand on that spectrum?
I don't, as a comedian, I think it's gloves off and they're all jokes. Cause like with me, like if people get defensive with the word retarded, I say the word retarded 7 times on stage and I'm fine with it.
That's like saying I have 3 black friends. You know what I'm saying? But you're like, I said, so, all right, so you said it 7 times. Okay, so how does that go over? Or
You know what, and that's usually that's where I think like my set went into the bad guy like villain type of thing, and I'm like, all right, well then if you're gonna get mad about that stuff, let's see what else. Let's see what else I can do.
I feel like as long as you can sell it, okay, as long as you, I feel like as a comedian, you're entertaining. If like I don't know, I feel like I have a good internal radar to tell if it comes from a place of malicious intent. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I personally, I've had a couple of what I'm saying, friends, comedians say, it's weird when I talk about white people saying it, I say the N word. When I talk about black people, I say nigga. It's weird as shit. I just caught that. But no, I've had a couple white comedian friends say it, and I had zero problem with it because it was funny as shit, and they sold it, and I could tell it didn't come from a place of malicious intent. You know.
And when people do like talk about the edgy nowadays, some of it gets really stupid because people just want to be the shock value. They just want to say the word, and they're like, oh,
yeah, like
bro.
everybody wants to be. What's the guy? He's no longer here. Was it Mitch Hedberg? Is that the famous guy, Mitch?
I mean, he was famous.
He was famous.
Yeah.
He was very. I just came across his comedy. Funny as shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just came across him on the
Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that ain't dead.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Too much cocaine.
Yeah. Cocaine and other stuff. It'll do.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel like have you ever had to tell a comedian, hey, that's not funny, that's just racist, or hey, that's not funny, you're just a dick? Or do you just let them?
That's on them, man. That's because, like, especially when people are like that, I don't know if they're coachable. Because if they're going to be like that brash, they're probably going to be an aggressive person in general. So if I'm like, hey, man, you should tone it down a little bit, they're probably going to be like, you grow up on me.
That's not a real lame for me to say that.
Yeah.
Say that.
So it's one of those things I let them fall on their face.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You want to? I think there's repercussions that go with the jokes that you do, though. You know what I mean? You can say and do whatever you want.
Okay, we got some comments. What up, though, Cristobal? What's happening?
Oh,
you say
hey.
Lions. Lions one. Nick Pizzuti in the house. Okay. Fuck censorship. You know what? Okay, Cristobal, I gotta tell you something, brother. You can't say fuck censorship and then spell fuck with 2 C's. You know what I mean? Just put the K in there. You know what I'm saying? You say fuck daddy too, because I should have brought my glasses. He's walking AIDS. Oh shit.
What?
Yeah, now that right there, that you say allegedly. When you say shit like that, Cristobal, you gotta say allegedly. Oh man. So how do you feel about shock comics and on our scene? Do you feel like there's any who walk that lane well?
No, I think it's a tough lane to walk.
Because I think there's one who does it, and I say it every fucking time because I'm a fucking huge ass fan. No chat.
No chat?
No
yeah.
chat.
Oh, fucking dark.
Dark. Nigerian dark. And he's white as snow. It's crazy.
Is he's still out there doing it?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy because like if certain places don't jump on board with that, man, oof, that's like he just keeps
fucking sells it. He sells it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fucking dope. So your comedy, so taking it back to your comedy, do you feel like you write jokes or you write life? Like so what's your goal?
I would say it's mostly life because I don't understand how people make them up out of thin air. Do you guys get that? Like, because to memorize that then would be really difficult. Because if you experienced, I can tell you a story that I've been through.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
to be like, and then the milkman said,
You know what? I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm the same way because I feel like I can tell you the same story with a bunch of different words and it still be the same story and you get the same lane. You know what I'm saying? You get the same intent. But the writing of the jokes, I just wrote my first joke.
Really?
The first joke with an actual punchline.
Okay.
How did it start off? I was like, I think about to switch careers.
Mhm.
Okay, and then you're supposed to say, well, what do you want to do? I think I want to be a veterinary podiatrist. You supposed to say why?
Why is that?
Because there's not enough attention paid to camel toes. That's so bad it's good, and I know it.
It is.
And I made that fucking joke up. So if you ever see that, or you'll say they stole my shit. Okay, tell me. How do you feel about that? It's not good. I think it's funny because I'm a dad.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
It was funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
It was funny. Could you see where it was going? Like you did.
That is funny. That is funny.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think like to a popular crowd, they'll get it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
There's no
man,
searching on that one. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You
no.
get it.
Oh yeah. So your demographic, man. If you were to say, hey, this is who I market my comedy to, give me an age range.
Phew, man, I don't know. Mine is tough. Mine has become really tough.
So
Especially
you say you're going anywhere from Hooters to Power Schools or something.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, older people, I think, and like some of the younger people that get like, if you get offended, I don't know. If you get offended, I'm probably
so
not.
somebody pissed you off, and so you're like on stage, just like, you know what? Okay, so you're pissing everyone else off now, so you become the bad guy, like Andrew Dice Clay, bad guy.
No, not necessarily like that, but just more like fucking with everybody. Just, I think people. Okay, so I noticed this in urban clubs, as they say nowadays. Does this bother you?
And what would you prefer the terminology be?
Just say black clubs, man.
I'm with you.
Just say black clubs. Like we fucking know the punchline is a black club. You know what I'm saying? Like white people can go, y'all are welcome. You know what I'm saying? And do well. I might add, most of the white people that I personally know who I vouch for as being funny have done well at punchline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. But as you're saying, the urban club.
I think much like the north clubs, like they like it gloves off. They like that shit raw. Like the urban clubs, like there's words around there that you can say that you can't say in other.
See, I like to kind of say both words. You know what I mean? I like to say all words at all places. I try to, because when I try to adjust to the location, then that's when my comedy becomes hit or miss. I have to be authentically me wherever I am. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like if I try to, even me to this day, like I'm as urban as I know how to be. And so even if I try to gear my set to a punchline, fucking bomb. You know what I mean?
But no, I think there's a plus minus on that because let's say, okay, sports would be a common denominator, I think, for everybody. So like if you had a series of sports jokes, you can do those in the white clubs and they'd probably be just as successful.
It's the style of jokes. You know what I mean? It would be the style of how I do.
Okay.
What I noticed is punchline in the black clubs or the black bars or whatever. They tend to want their comedy more conversationalist.
Yes.
Be more animated.
And,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want to not like
Off
they
the
want
cuff.
to be a part of the joke, but they don't want to feel like you wrote the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
hey guys and girls, so
Yeah.
how about dandelions?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
No. So one time I woke up. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Let me go back. So one time I woke up. Hold on. Let me get there. You have to keep. Yeah. No. The urban clubs. Yeah. The urban. I hate that shit. Who the fuck said it? Just say black. You can say like
That's what they say on the
Oh.
streets, man. That's false.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is there? What do you prefer? Do you prefer bars or do you prefer the clubs?
Um, I
Have you
would
done
have.
a lot of clubs?
I've done 4 clubs now. So
That's it.
yeah,
In all
yeah,
these years, just
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I mean, have you done those for a bunch of
A bunch
times?
of times.
Okay, that's what I said. Yeah, I've had
yeah,
4 models,
yeah.
144 times a piece.
Yeah.
You know,
But and then, I mean, for travel purposes,
Right.
it's just tough because we don't make any money. So
Yeah,
until
yeah.
you get big enough, I think then like okay, then it makes sense to travel and whatnot. But until then,
Have you got booked around here for the hosting gigs? Because around our scene, is nobody knows you. Then the bar scene knows you. Then you get your one bar scene, and then you can choose your clique, or you can just continue to be independent. Then you get booked for a hosting gig at either Stands or Ridley's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you got there yet?
I've featured at Stan's.
Feature at
Yeah,
Stands.
yeah,
I'm trying to get you to say it.
yeah,
Look at
yeah.
you. You humble guy, you. You humble guy, you.
So, yeah,
So-
and I and then like one of the agencies that I work for, Funny Business, I featured.
You're one of the
I
agencies I work for. I'm just fucking humble bragging too. Humble bragging.
There's a couple of them I work.
All right, so from your standpoint, the hosting, well, not the hosting, but the featuring, that's multiple shows in the night on a weekend, or how does that go?
Usually
Because I've never done it, but I'm available.
Usually they're 2-man shows,
Okay.
so it's MC /
Okay.
feature type of spot.
Oh, whoa! So you weren't there. See, I thought you were in the middle of a comedy pie, like there was a host.
Like 6
And then
people.
there's
Yeah,
a
no,
feature.
yeah, there's-
Host, feature, headliner. So you were the headliner / feature, is what you're saying.
No, the MC
Oh, the
feature,
MC.
and then there was a headliner, so I do about a half hour.
Do about a half hour.
Yeah.
So is that challenging to, go out there and,
I think like once you catch a rhythm of it, like man, like I don't know, I've expanded my jokes like so much, and it's so funny that like I did Bontos last night.
I just
And,
did Mark Bontos.
and I got
I
off
did
stage.
Tenacity. Where'd you go?
Not Tenacity. What's the other one?
Captain's
Funny
Quarter.
Spot.
Captain's Quarter.
Captain's
Yeah,
Quarters.
yeah.
Okay.
And he goes, do as much time as you want. I'm like, Mark, you
I
can't-
love when Mike says that.
I'm like,
I
you can't
fucking
tell
love-
me
no,
that
No,
anymore.
yes, you can. Yes, you can.
You can't tell me that
And then
anymore.
you go and then you kill it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's happening.
But like I can get up to like 42 minutes now. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like you can't tell me that now. Like yeah.
So that's as long as you've gone.
Yeah, and last night I did 36, and yeah, I had a really good set, I would say.
Yeah, okay. You did 36?
Yeah.
You know what? I think the most I did about 30 there with Mark. I did 40 something with Kim T. I'm gonna hook you up with Kim T. She's from Ohio. She's fucking hilarious. And
Alright.
she does shows, but I'm gonna play you.
Yeah.
So with the featuring and the 30 minutes, how does that feel? You know what I mean? Like, how does that? I mean,
I feel like I just started getting into gear because like
okay,
I work. I feel like I work a lot like you because you start off like with easing them into it. You get them to like you, the softballs, and then you start putting on the full court press. You know what I mean? But you can't just. It's tough to really go out there and just put on the full court press. So like those longer sets, you get to like throw them up them softballs and hey, I'm Aaron Rodgers type of shit.
you haven't seen me in a minute. I kind of adjusted. Like I just come out there and I just boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boom, boom. Because my thing is, I was trying to get you to. I was trying to listen for it. Is there a difference? Because as comedians in these clubs or even open mic settings, we tend to go from, hey, do you have 3 minutes? Do you have 6 minutes to instantly do? Can you do 30? You know what I mean? So like it's like we master 6 and then we're just expected to do 30. Do you feel a different approach or?
Well, I think like at a certain point when you mastered how to write a joke, period. It does not matter what it is.
So you actually write.
Yeah. So like So when yeah. But it's like mine are just words.
Just like words.
Yeah.
Like,
and then like I can tell the story about special ed. I can tell the story. I can tell the story of this. I can tell the story of that. So But yeah, when you write things verbatim, I always feel like then you're shooting like a Chevy commercial, and you're like, "Come down now, get 2 for 300."
Yeah,
I don't want my jokes to be
I
like
can't do
bad.
that.
I think you'll always fail too when you write them out like that, because I've done that at some point. And you're never going to get all the words. You're going to somehow screw it up according to what you wrote. So you're constantly setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then you know,
And then once you do master it, I feel like you're doing the commercial thing,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because
yeah, I've never heard it actually put like that, but yeah, it becomes less of a joke and more of a script.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's-
Once you write a word for
there's
word.
somebody on the scene, and if you've seen them, you know who I'm talking about. But it just always feels like, oh gosh, like
Oh, there's a bunch of people like that.
and
Yeah.
it's
You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of people like
and they
that.
just don't see the crowd, and they just seem so like
Caught up in there.
yeah, just words, and like this isn't real. It's
So I'm gonna ask you this because there's a comedian. You know, I ask people this, and you know, they feel like after COVID, audiences weren't ready to laugh, and I couldn't fundamentally more disagree with that shit. And like, I just feel like how can you blame the audience, people who paid to come laugh, that if they don't laugh, it's not them, it's you. You see what I'm saying?
and I don't like when comedians blame it on the setting. I don't like that. That's on you.
On
Okay,
the
so
setting?
so
Okay.
let's say we all go somewhere, and Josh Adams is there as well. Let's say, and we all bomb, but
Yeah.
Josh Adams kills.
Mhm.
That means the room could be a success because he did it. Why can't you do it? Why can't I do it? Why can't she do it? You know, you can't blame it on the room then. Like if he was able to do it, then everybody should be able to do it. I mean, granted, he's phenomenal, but you know what I mean? Like you can't blame it on the crowd. If they came and they laughed at someone,
You know, I see what you're saying, and you're absolutely right. And then I can see how the person who wasn't ready to listen would say, "Hold on, that's like saying if Michael Jordan could do it, then everybody could do it." Because that's Josh Adams. I'm not Josh Adams. You know what I mean? But no, but like, I get it. Because like I've never blamed the room. You know what I mean? I've never blamed the audience. Like I know me, and I'm a big energy person. So with me, it's easier to get the energy of shit 100, 250 people. You know what I'm saying? That's easy to, you know what I'm saying, to hurry up. But to get 7 people,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, that's insane.
That was hard. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
hard. I'm learning how to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that right there, oh, well, that's hard.
Yeah.
Um,
And you just see him do it, and it's just like magic. It's just like watching a magician, and you're like, how the fuck did he do that? Like, every time I see him, I'm just like, how did he do that?
you know what I've noticed? You know what I've noticed about the difference between I don't want to say them and us, but you know what I'm saying, we know the best of the scene. You know what I'm saying? We can just name them. Okay, not that I only know black comedians. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be on
You know what
board
I'm
with
saying? But
I like the claws.
you know what I'm saying?
Josh
But, you know what I'm saying?
Adams.
Josh, Boogie, Melanie Hearn, T.
Jason Jamerson.
Jason's my guy, man. You know what? I gotta book him, man. We go back.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Jason.
Richard Mathis.
Yeah, Richard
Richard,
Mathis.
fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
Richard's my guy. I didn't know Richard. That's my guy.
Yeah,
That
was like my first friend, dude.
That was your
Yeah,
first friend.
yeah.
But he was the first person to accuse me of stealing the joke.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, but I didn't know. But you know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I was traumatized for like years. Like I fucking drove home and I was like, what did I say? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what did I say? Like I cut the radio down, I fucking rolled the window down, I fucking sobered up.
I never contemplate.
Yeah, I was like, but have you, and that brings me to something else. Have you ever had someone say, hey, you stole my joke?
Because that's one thing I really made a point of when I started comedy. I looked at what everybody else was doing, and I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something different because I saw what everybody else was doing. I mean, from the way they dressed to the way they acted. Yeah, no.
So there's no one that you modeled yourself after early off. You know, I mean,
Well,
early on?
obviously.
Okay.
If you don't model yourself after Eddie Murphy, you're just a fucking idiot. But
Really?
Eddie Murphy Raw is
Okay.
that was it. It doesn't get any better.
Eddie
than
Murphy
that,
Raw.
period.
Okay. That,
Period.
you
It
know,
sets the standard for like excellence from top to beginning. I mean, the way he goes through the jokes, he has the callback at the end. I mean, it it's so funny because you ever watch it with a woman and they start slapping you and doing that shit, and then you're like, wait till he gets to the punchline, bitch. And then he gets to the punchline, and you're nodding your head, and you're like, yeah.
You know, I just, you know, it's funny that you say callback because callback is something that because I took the comedy class, and you know there was something that they were. I'm like, what the fuck is a callback? What the fuck is a callback? You know what I mean? And I don't think that when people write, I don't think the best comedians write them. I think it just happens.
It just flows
You know
out.
what I mean? Yeah, because like I don't know. I feel like I've had, you know, because someone said, "Hey, bro, those callbacks are great." I'm like, huh?
What
Talk
callback?
about-
Because they just came up, because
Yeah.
that's what you called it.
So I don't know. So okay. So you mentioned Eddie Murphy Raw. Okay, your comedy Mount Rushmore. Who is it? 4 comedians all time. Comedy Mount Rushmore. Nick Pizzuti.
Eddie Murphy, Bill Burr, um,
I like Bill Burr. Go ahead, tell us.
Bernie Mac and,
okay.
Tom Segura. I guess I'll go with that. That's
Okay. I feel like okay. I feel like I've heard of Tom Segura. I feel like I've seen him, but I gotta go watch. I gotta go see something.
Yeah, it's funny.
check him out.
funny.
He's-
Okay,
yeah, he's good.
okay.
He's good.
That's a solid Mount Rushmore. I noticed there was no vaginal comedians, no scooter comics. So what you're saying is women aren't funny. That's what you're saying.
Alright.
That's what you're saying.
All right.
Okay.
But with that being said,
with that
if
being
you went
said-
into my top 10, 90% of them are black, so white people ain't funny.
Yeah.
Listen, listen. There's a different kind of funny with white people. There's a different kind of funny.
I don't think there is.
It's so fucking is. Now I'm gonna tell you the difference. Bill Burr, we fuck with Bill Burr. I fuck with Bill Burr. But there's Bill Burr type of white comedy, and then there's Jerry
set the tone.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's oh my god, to a T, exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, in an urban club, Bill Burr would do fine. Jerry Seinfeld wouldn't.
No, not at all.
You know what? I feel like just starting off Jerry Seinfeld would not. Now Jerry Seinfeld would do decent because he has the experience to go off of, hey, I'm Jerry Seinfeld. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck am I here? You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like that would be. I mean, I've not studied Seinfeld, but like for a long time I didn't get it, and then you know I started looking. I was like, oh, okay. He's very subtle with his comedy. You know what I'm saying? Very fucking subtle. He's a dash of pepper, a pinch of salt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if he wasn't there, you could tell it's missing something. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. I feel like it's a different kind of funny. I don't know. It's just it ain't laugh out loud funny. It's like chuckle funny.
Yeah,
It's golf clap funny.
yes, nailed it.
You know what I mean? Golf clap.
If you put them side by side with Eddie Murphy Raw, that's like a kick in the
You
pants
can't do
versus
that. You can't do that.
one's a kick in the pants
You
and the
can't
other
do
one is
But
Yeah,
you know what I
it's
think is
not
dope? I feel like both sides with respect. Like I've known a lot. Well, I've known a lot. I know black comedians who respect Seinfeld, and then when I look and you know out and I hear about Kevin Hart's and everyone, they all name Seinfeld in their top 10. So
Do you go around and talk to everyone about Seinfeld? Just-
do I? No, but no, not at all.
But he would be the Jay-Z of comedy. He like at the end of the day, Jerry Seinfeld is like.
I'm trying to see who's been around forever and just I don't know. He's like the Lincoln Continental of comedy. You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna fucking pick out a Lincoln, but the old white people fucking love him. You know what I'm saying? Jerry
We're
Seinfeld,
so comfortable.
he's like the khaki. He's like the Dockers of comedy. You know what I'm saying? Dockers. He's I don't know Dockers. But I think the only reason that you were able to see that how some people could feel like white comedians aren't funny Hold on. Sidebar. Mel, do you
Yeah.
see how I kind of tiptoed there and was trying to listen, man? That's that Travis. Travis influenced me, man. We miss you, Trav. No, I try to be politically correct, but I feel like the only reason you were able to say that is because you're not white. You know what I'm saying? You're Pizzuti.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No. Yeah,
like-
for sure. People profile me just as much as they.
No, I'm not gonna let you lie. I'm not gonna let you lie. Not just as much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you lie, but I will let you speak. So go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
That happens a lot. I think that happens a lot too. Like if there's an Italian person, I mean, you know Paul Pipitone, right?
Yeah.
Every time somebody sees Paul, they get him and I confused instantly. It's always a thing. It's just always.
I think it's because you guys have fabulous hair
because
on a different level. His is him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yours is like yours and Aaron Rodgers. But you know what I'm saying? You guys have fabulous hair.
But I mean, we're both Italian. They hear the last name, and everybody gets.
And then
it
people are
confused.
bad with names.
Yeah.
So
So they're instantly like, oh yeah, you know.
okay.
See, when I tell you, you see them all.
Yeah. Exactly. You guys all look the same.
I mean, have you seen the new Superman? He looks a lot like the old Superman. Oh, man. But okay. Shit. So what's the last? Do you remember the last time you bombed?
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. And it was I was like shit. I want to say it was my agents listening. No, I killed it, bro. At least
We all bomb. We fucking all bomb. Everybody bomb.
Yeah, I was in Sagatuck, and
Where?
It's Sagatuck, Michigan. It's
Sagatuck.
it's like far north.
It
It's
gotta
by
be
the water.
somewhere where the only thing dark up there is nighttime.
Yeah, I was the darkest person, obviously.
Oh, shit, okay.
Clearly, like, and everybody had like big boat money, not like East Side trash boat
Okay.
money, and like, yeah, they had these huge yachts, and it was like this huge party outside, and there was like tiki bars and just
shit,
wild
probably fair.
Okay.
Sounds fancy.
women popping tops. Like
Oh,
it was
shit.
like spring break type of shit. So to
party.
do,
Okay.
but to do comedy in that setting, not such like the greatest thing in the whole entire world. And I do like a lot of party jokes about drinking Coke
Right.
and smoke and like, yeah, no, they want nothing to do with it because it was all about the party. It was all about the party.
All about the party.
It was
Okay.
owns.
It was
Yeah.
Wow.
And here I am
Man,
like,
you trying to tell a joke out of
how about those tigers?
yeah, that comedy and music don't mix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you do,
They had,
So no
yeah.
one was listening.
Yeah, they had. I mean, like there was just much to do. Like everybody was rushing in and out, getting drinks, going to the tiki bar, the DJ. That just like, yeah, it was a party.
Do you remember the first time you bombed?
Yes.
Where was it? How'd you feel?
The first time I bombed, what you were talking about earlier when you said you could do a half hour and you couldn't. One of my friends I went to school with, and she's like, hey, we're doing a private event. Will you be a comedian? Whatever. And I'm like, oh, of course I will. I get some people together, whatever. And yeah, and lo and behold, there was 4 people on the show. Really good too. Rich was one of them. Once again, I don't mean to keep shouting out, but that's a real thing. There was a couple other comedians on there, and like there was a pretty solid lineup. As soon as I got out there, I started telling my jokes about growing up in special ed, and I walked 2 people. So out of the 4 people, 2 people were there.
But you know what?
But it really sets the standard because people talk about bombing nowadays, and if you know where a real bomb is, then you don't really bomb it. Like I bomb now, but I get a C-. You know what I mean? There's like the bomb, that's an F. That is bottom of the barrel as you can get. That's an F. So like when you say you bomb, like nowadays it's just us or react hard. Like I had a bad set because I missed a joke or I missed an opportunity or this, that, or the other thing. And you didn't.
That's real perspective.
But you didn't bomb. You didn't do that F. You didn't have 4 people and walk 2 of them. You know what I mean? I mean, what was your bomb?
I've had multiple bombs. My first bomb.
But the Lolo. What's at the bar?
Ooh, Lolo. Mel, do you know yours offhand? Because I've had a couple Lolos.
Mine was probably one of the first times I went off. It was at the Cabbage Patch.
At the Couch Patch?
Yeah, and I was reading my script of jokes, and I got a boo,
You
and
got a boo?
I did.
Oh, you got the actual audible boo.
I think it was just one person,
It's
but
still
yeah.
a boo. It's still one person is 111 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I know next time it can only be better.
I think my worst time, I don't know, the first time I got booked a punchline to do 20 minutes and I had 4 minutes and
A lot of
I
smiling.
didn't know about the light. My mouth was dry. I had white shit in the corners of my mouth. I didn't have no jokes. They fucking cut. They
tear you apart.
They fucking they. You know what? Chef Bullet was there. He's been at a lot of my low points. It's weird. I think he set me up. No, but that was one bad time. Then it was another time. No, that was the lowest because I had shit in the corner of it.
I can't top that
Yeah,
one.
you can't top shit in the corner of your mouth. Yeah, that was it. But no, never boo. So, okay.
You never got booed?
Not like an audible boo?
Yeah.
The fuck out of here. No.
Never.
Wow.
No, what the fuck you mean, wow? Wow, like I'm supposed to? Like,
I'm just.
have I been that bad? Is there something that you're not telling me? You know, say, I've known, but listen, I've grown, okay? I have gotten the straight face. You know, yeah, I've fucking gotten that a bunch of times. It happens. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
But the boo?
Yeah, never.
Boo! Nah.
Yeah.
Like, hell no.
Just
Like
means
that.
you're not edgy enough.
Listen, I feel like this. Whoever booed you feel like they felt like they could beat you up too. You know what I'm saying? That was someone who felt like they could kick your ass if you said anything. They felt like, boo! I wish you would say something.
Who booed you, by the way?
I'm not sure.
Do you know whether it was a female?
Were you there?
No. Because
Are you ready to take that?
The reason I say
I
you
think
hadn't
they
got
were
booed.
male.
The reason I hadn't gotten booed, like, I don't know. Okay, so of course the white women with short hair for some reason tend to find my shit a little controversial, and they're the first person that's like,
White woman with short hair.
the Carols or whatever.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Karens.
I thought you
Karens,
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 Karens, yeah, whatever.
Karens. Okay.
The Karens of the world,
Okay.
like you can't say that.
Um,
I don't know. I get that. I've had people come up to me after my show, especially, and tell me about how I can't say this, that, or the other.
Are
Really?
you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
No.
And I'm like, okay, yeah,
No.
hey, all right, cool.
Because
Super good,
it offends them for no reason.
yeah. And it's the most bizarre thing because, like, if you ever notice, it's always somebody that knows somebody. It's never somebody that is directly related to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the worst thing I've ever done, like I've killed the whole room. It was one of the Mark Bouncil rooms, one of the Captain Quarters. I don't know, one of the biggest rooms that he had. He was doing a police retirement. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I shouldn't have a spitting license. I had someone tell me I pissed off a racist guy in the corner, and he left.
Huh.
Yeah, that's it. I've never really pissed nobody off like that. I don't know. If I had pissed somebody off, they never said it, but I feel like I don't know, man. If I piss you off, fuck you, man. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like I made you mad, so what? It's a fucking joke. Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I talk about my life. I don't really talk about nobody.
Yeah.
She's okay.
No, I'm okay.
Are
My
you
nose drips when I'm in here. It's
Well, sorry. Just take a little love break over here.
Don't mind me.
Saturday was yesterday. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Just helps get me through my day.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a habit.
No, that's okay.
So no, but yeah, I found like where do you stand on drinking during, like, do you drink on stage?
I drink on stage for a prop purpose, and then and I think there's a window. Like, yeah, we've all drank too much, and then
Fuck yeah, I fell off stage before.
Oh Lord, I can't remember anything. I'm
So
terrible.
you wait till after or when you're going up.
So like to me, like I think 2 drinks before you go on stage is fine. You should be fine with that, and then you could do what you will after that. But yeah, I and it's like you said, I just think it's more just for like a prop for me. Like, I don't know. I said it there. I take a drink. Like, the more time, you guys know, the more time you get, like the half hour after half hour, man, my mouth is dry, bro. I need a drink up there. So
Yes.
yeah.
All right. Are you one of those comedians? I got these questions random. I almost apologize for asking you all these questions. I'm like, fuck it, that's why I got you here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Are you one of those comedians who counts your applause breaks?
I don't say I count my applause breaks, but in the same right, I don't know how people go with those like huge gaps. Like it's got to be the applause and laugh got to be one on top of another, one on top of another. To have like those big gaps, like some people are like I don't know.
Linger.
Yeah, and it's
like
that
setup. It's like long ass setup.
Yeah, and then it gets to the thing, but it was like 40 seconds of silence. It's like that's the silence scares me.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but the silence scares me.
Yeah.
Then you have to start new and
Yeah, because then I'm just talking, and then I feel awkward, and it's like, okay, say something funny. Now I feel like
yes, it's the
no
silence.
pressure.
It's the silence, because it's almost like if you have, after you get one good laugh, you can kind of ride the wave of laughter if you get them right when they're about to get quiet, but not when they're done. You just gotta hold on, baby, hold on. We can take it. We can take it home. Yeah. Okay, I can dig that.
Yeah, I can't do that long-winded stuff though. I don't know how people do it, and I mean, like that's an art in itself. That's something different. That's just not the style of comedy I do. Everybody has their own genre of comedy. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't even understand the terms of comedy. All I know is funny.
That's all I know is funny.
I'm not saying just me, but you know what I'm saying, like all I do is funny. No. That's all I know. Like if someone says they're a political comedian, all I know is funny. Is it funny? You know what I mean, or not?
I'm with you 100% on that. I love that idea of it too.
No, I don't fuck with it at all.
Because everybody wants to like pass their judgment on it, and like you're gonna do jokes different than I am than she is.
I be forgetting shit, man. They be weed in old age and past drug use, but it's the judgment that you were saying. I see you're active on social media, but you know what I'm saying, we got a bunch of the same friends, but you don't seem to be you're not. I'm gonna say what you're not. You're not one of those people who judge other comics, sets, or complain or bitch about the scene we're in. You know, because like we see a lot of that. Well, I know I do.
Okay, so and one of my friends that I work with a lot, it's so funny because we joke about it and we're like, no one cares.
Bingo.
Dude, you know what I mean? Like the bitching and moaning, like, okay, so do you think any of the bookers or any of the comedy clubs look at any of that stuff whatsoever?
I personally feel like if they do, if it is brought to their attention, it's never on I like their point of view. Let me book them.
Right.
It's like, look at this bitch. I'm not gonna book her. I'm not gonna book him.
If you're out there broadcasting the reasons you don't get booked, you're not gonna get booked.
Bingo.
Dude, why would you broadcast that?
That's what I'm saying.
Kills me.
It's just
they don't like me because I'm a cunt. Yeah. Well,
you know what? No, listen. If you can identify the fact that you know what? We need a bell. That's the first time because
I did it.
No. That is the magic word. Okay, because the only person who says that with a vengeance in here is Chris. That's Chris's word. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You said ding 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 magic word. We're gonna give $1 to your favorite charity. You know what I mean? But like it's almost like the people that complain about it's pee in the dating pool, bitch. You're in the dating pool too. Like I don't want to date you now because you're complaining.
Yeah, exactly. You come in with that attitude, that negative. Go into a job interview and be like, I'm late every day, and I'm not really good at my job. See if they hire you. I bet you they won't.
Fact. So when you're 10 years in, how many times have you quit or wanted to quit? Because
I quit that one time when I got married. But aside from that,
was it her or was it I gotta be your family man?
Yeah. My life that's who I was gonna be.
Yeah, okay.
And I quit that one time, but I never wanted to be that person that was like I quit, because if I ever quit, I'll just fuck right off into the sunset because nobody cares. Once again, nobody cares. To be honest with you, and I've said this to comedians that are ahead of me, if you quit, I just moved up in the rankings.
Bingo. Now, you know what? That right there, the way you say no one cares, the way the way you said it kind of hurt my feelings because you were looking directly at me. And you know what I mean? And I was like,
I thought we were friends.
I kind of wanted you to fucking look away. Like, look at Mel if no one cares. But like, shit, my life matters. Someone cares. No, but like like I have a theory. Like, no one cares about me. They care about how I make them feel. You see what I'm saying? So like, no one cares about my point of view on Facebook unless it makes them feel a certain way. You know what I mean? It's either
Well, and people are so hypocritical with it. Like it's the worst. It's the absolute worst, especially when it comes to like I always and like I said, hey dude, say it if it's funny, the R word. But when people use it out of context and think that like, okay, one of my favorite posts is we should stop saying the word retarded, and it's that. You ever seen that post?
yeah, and it's stop. Yeah, we should.
But
stop.
you said it. When people say don't say the N word, they're not like we should stop saying.
You know, yeah, you know, it's crazy that you say that, and you know why? You know why people say it? You know why it hits like that, and people say you shouldn't say the N word, and versus people say you shouldn't say retarded. Because it's not the fucking same thing. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why. I'm so fucking tired of people trying to say, hey, you can't say the N-word, or you can't say, you know what I'm saying, you can't say the R word, the R word's the new N-word, or you can't say the F word because the F word's the new. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck the F word is. You talking about fancy? Fuck? A fucking freak?
Probably that.
I know that, fag. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But damn, some shit just. Everyone can. Listen, I'm not gonna get canceled, but I got friends who are gay. You know what I mean? And I got a couple of them who are on. I got friends who are on the gay side where you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? The don't ask, don't tell gays. And then I got a couple of friends who are more flamboyant. You know what I mean? But see, I forgot my point. But anyway,
but
I'm glad you have friends.
yeah.
But people always want to like throw it in your face, like when they say stuff like that, and that's like to back them up, like, oh, I've got black friends, or I've got friends.
Basically, what I was saying is, you know what I'm saying. Both my gay friends have said fag, like they've had fag moments, or can identify fag, or something like that. But you know, I feel like people should be able to say anything, but you know what I mean? If it has ill will or malicious intent, you're going to have to be able to accept repercussions.
Here's my thing. Here's my standard for it. If you want to play the PC police, then you have to mean that across the board. You don't get to pick and choose when you can't say, oh, people should say shouldn't say the word bitch, and then turn around and say drop an N-bomb. You don't get to do that. You don't get to pick and choose. If you're going to be the PC police and say you can't say retarded, you can't say the N word, you can't say the C word, you can't say this, that's fine. You better stick to your guns across the board then. Right?
Well, you know,
because then once you turn the table and say somebody, oh well, what's the matter with you? You slow, dude. You just spit in somebody's face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't get to play the PC police and then be like, oh, learn how to spell. I don't know how to spell. I graduated with a 6th grade reading level. When people say that stuff, they're taking shots at me. You're down punching at me. Nobody says shit about that. Right? Yeah. They see the Donald Trumper out there with their sign spelt wrong, and people are like, learn how to spell, hillbilly.
Well, see, this is how I feel about that. Like, if I'm talking about a retarded person, I'm not talking about you.
Right. No, I know. Yeah. No, and I get that. But okay, if you're going to play the PC police and say you can't say the F word, and then turn around and say that, you contradicted yourself.
I got you.
I'm going to call you on that. If we're gloves off, we're gloves off.
I got you.
Yeah, do what you will.
Right.
But if you want to put the gloves on and say you can't say this, the next time you come out and have something like posted that's like, oh, this person's retarded. Well, you just contradicted yourself.
Right. You have to go by the same rules you're trying to imply.
Yeah, and that's only if you're going to be the PC police. If you're not, then
who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Because most people don't. Say what you will. Everybody wants to act like this 2% that is in uproar about stuff.
I want to be offended by something.
Like they matter. They don't.
Yeah,
they really don't.
In the that, it's just trying to look good.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like they don't really exist. There's only 2% of them. That means there's 98% of the people that are like on your side.
I feel you. That was deep. I was really sitting here thinking like, fuck. He's right. I mean, so with the nobody cares. years. If you leave, if you quit.
I quit comedy so many times and no one cared.
Right?
I did. That's a lie. 'Cause I did because I said wasn't coming back. Yeah. But have you encountered any gatekeepers in our local comedy scene?
Oh yeah, and I get it, and I get it because and to their credit though, I think a lot of the time maybe your comedy won't do well there though. So in certain settings,
Boom.
my comedy's not going to go like say
Mm.
in a super politically correct town. My comedy probably isn't going to go fly over all that well.
But you say maybe your comedy went too well, so you're saying sometimes you can kill.
What's that?
And then the gatekeepers say, no, you did too good, you can't come back.
Oh, no. I'm saying like no, my comedy doesn't translate to that room.
Okay.
So if it's like a PC room or something like that, maybe like college kids or something like that, maybe my comedy won't go over that well in that crowd. Maybe that's why they didn't book me there.
Mm-hmm.
There's, you know what I mean? Like there's different reasons. Like, okay, so if I booked you in the UP, you'd be like,
oh, I do it, and I killed it. I've done it. I fucking killed the UP, man. Fucking Upers, man. I haven't done UP. The furthest I've done, I was in Idlewild, but that was a pocket of black folks. The furthest I've gone, Bay City, and then I went somewhere for a cupcake festival. I don't know where it was.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, but it was like, it was scary. It was scary for me because I was like,
were there people dressed up as giant cupcakes?
No.
That would be scary.
It was a bunch of Duck Dynasty looking people, and and I was nervous, but they weren't the racist Duck Dynasty looking people. They just happened to be Duck Dynasty looking people, but they were weed smokers. And
did their cupcakes have weed in them?
I don't think they were there yet because dispensaries had just got, you know what I'm saying, open.
mm-hmm.
And I was nervous, but because I was not only up like in this area where my callus is, but but the Dynasty dude wanted to hug me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, we Facebook friends to this day. Brian Lund, he fucking booked me and he wanted to hug me, and I was like,
you hugged him, didn't you?
I mean, yes, and I, you know what I'm saying. If I ever see you again, Brian, I'm gonna hug you really, like for real, because you're a good Facebook friend, good guy. I feel like when I get married, he's gonna come. Well, I'm at least gonna invite him. But
or show up uninvited.
He'll think about coming.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bring you and the missus, come down on like the motorcycle, man. We make an event of it. So the gatekeepers, you seem to be like, because you know, I'm not an outsider looking in, but I'm not in it. You seem to be on the good side of the gatekeepers. Are there or do you know some people that won't book you?
Yeah, I know some people that won't book me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they're like teach it on, but that's one of those things like we were talking about earlier, like people that run their mouths about this, that, or the other thing. Well, that's some of the stuff. Like okay, like if you go running your mouth about them, yeah, they're probably not going to book you. And at the end of the day,
I mean, but you don't seem like the type of guy. Like I've never heard you speak negatively.
No, about a gatekeeper. And there's
on anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like you just seem like, you know, hey, you got a lighter? Yep. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so you've been cool from there. But I can't imagine someone not booking you. Fucking dickheads.
It's like I said, I think that goes back to the style of comedy that you do. So like some people's comedy are like, if you, I don't know, you were talking about Noah Chap earlier. Mm-hmm. So if you booked him do you think if you booked him
in the urban club?
Yeah.
I fucking feel like he would do great. I feel like,
think so.
Yes, I feel like it will go as well as his confidence is if he just stays with it like he normally does. I feel like if you want to train to do an urban room, you gotta be able to kill what's the spot in Ferndale?
The New Way.
Okay. If you can kill New Way, if you can get 117 comics and like 4 drunk people to pay attention to you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like going to there knowing you only got 3 minutes, but if you can get all your eight fucking jokes, if you can get 12 minutes out of that, you know what I'm saying? You can do an urban room. You know what I mean? And I'm convinced that they're gonna be like, oh, that white boy crazy, that motherfucker, man. That motherfucker fucking a fucking necro, you know what the fuck he's saying? You know what I'm saying? It'd be some real shit, it'd be some funny shit, but I feel like he would have a whole bunch of new fans. A whole bunch of new fans. Like, hey man, what up, though? Like he'll but he'll fuck around, be at the gas station on 22 Mile one day, and somebody fucking be coming from work. Hey, you still fucking dead people, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? It'd be crazy as shit, but that shit happen. I fucking feel like that shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, we about to get into a game in like 7 minutes. 7 minutes, we're gonna end it with the game. Mel has like games. Pretty much, they're not really games. It's just other people's opportunity to lose to me.
Yes.
Okay, but that's pretty much what it is. So comedy speaking, man. Do you feel like? Where do you stand doing vagina comics? You know what I'm saying? Like cooler comics. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like the funny?
Are you talking about
I do. Women, yeah. Actually, I think I need one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
no,
listen, I never know what to say. I can't call them females. I can't call them ladies. I don't know what. I know they got cooters. You know what I'm saying? I know they got vagines. You know what I mean? So yeah. So do you feel like
Like pretty much answered the question, didn't it?
like when he has a pen over there, it's coming over there. Do you feel like the women on the scene are as funny as dudes on the scene?
I feel like there's definitely some funny females out there. But I don't know if you put them head to head, does it work out?
I mean,
Are your top five still your top five? You know what I mean? I don't think my top five changed. My top 10 didn't change, but like, yeah, I definitely think there's some funny females.
Oh yeah, no, my top 10, shit, the best is the best. You know what I mean? Like, I just
Are there any women in your list?
like me top 10.
In
You
your
know, so
top
we don't
10
have to talk about this. The women in my top 10 ever, or
the top,
local.
10, top 10 comics.
Top 10
in
comics.
general.
In general, yep. Top 10. If I had to go top 10, if I was just to put the women out of my top 10 in my top 10, I would have to say Tina Fey, Wanda Sykes, and early, what's that lady name? Early,
Carol Burnett.
no, it was this lady. All she talked about was black people. Early Lisa Lampanelli.
Lisa Lampanelli.
Early Lisa Lampanelli when she was fat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Skinny Lisa Lampanelli wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, those women to find a spot. You know what I mean? And then if I really thought about it, you know what I'm saying, I'll put in fucking Monique, you know what I mean? But the reason why I put Tina Fey, people don't really know she's a fucking hell of a writer. She's fucking genius.
Oh, she's hilarious.
You know?
No, she is funny.
Yeah, but
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I go back to like my childhood a lot though. Then I end up with like your Whoopi Goldberg or something like that.
Oh,
but I don't know if Whoopi's funny anymore because she's
old.
I don't
She's
know.
old and opinionated.
I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to her stand up.
But she was.
She was an
Was.
event. She was an event. I actually think, you know what? No, Whoopi could sell out. Whoopi could go to the Fox, put a goddamn like a fucking desk up there with a microphone, and she would have them up in the upper mezzanine right now. You know what I mean? And all she would have to do is talk about the View. You know what I mean? And just, you know what I'm saying, talk. It'd be different kind of comedy. I feel like if Whoopi was to come out again, she'd have to elevate to almost like a Dave Chappelle-esque. You know what I mean? Like he's more of a folk. Like he's an element. Like his comedy right now, to me, he didn't reach like. Are you familiar with Dick Gregory at all?
No.
Okay, no. Dick Gregory. You know what? Look into him because I hope you're a student of the art form of comedy. Look into Dick Gregory, and then when you come back, you're like, oh, okay, I got it. So yeah. So you said your top 10 don't change mine though.
It doesn't. And it's like I said, there's some funny women. I can't discredit. I can't say they're not funny.
There's just not as many.
No, yeah, and at a certain thing, like okay, everybody knows this too because you always see the arguments about not booking women, and it becomes a numbers game at a certain point.
I think that's what it is. I think honestly, I've heard the women bitch. Okay, I know a lot of women, and the ones that I hear bitching about it ain't as funny as the ones that get booked. But the women who I see focus more on their craft, they ain't got no problem being booked.
Because where do you draw the line on that, though? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't think enough people with disabilities are getting hired. So you know what I mean? There's only me.
I mean,
I think there's me and like
is that
three
what-
other people.
Is that what it is? Like I've always wanted to believe that comedy was a place where I've always thought comedy was like Saturday at detention. You know what I mean? We ain't politically correct. We calling the kid with the half a foot stumpy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. We call them little arms, little arms. I don't know. I don't think politically correctness is in the comedy. No. But okay. And speaking of politically correctness, boom, king of the segues. We playing this game called Guess the Gender. This is some shit that's gonna get us canceled.
More like just a mental health issue.
Ooh,
man.
Okay. See,
I was gonna do this as a joke, but these are real and
oh Mel, I don't know what the fuck these are. Are these real?
they are. I found a real list of genders that people identify as.
Oh, this is crazy. And so listen, hey, okay, first of all, before we go into this, this is 100% full disclosure. If we say anything that offends you right now, honestly, these is just jokes.
Good.
No, these is just jokes. I'm a firm believer that everyone has the right to feel how they feel and be who they want to be. So that being said, guess the gender.
So I don't know how easy this is gonna go.
Not at all.
Oh, not at all.
I am a 45-year-old black man who just reached angry black man status. I don't know none of this shit. I don't see lollygagging nowhere on this list. I just learned what that is. Yeah, okay, so let's fucking see what this guess the gender is.
All right, so I'm gonna say a description, and there's actually a list of gender identities that you can match it with. So the first description is a gender that only exists or feels present when thought about, or when a conscious effort is made to notice it.
Okay. You know what? Let's just say these out loud and then just
Yes.
see. Yeah, because
We have existing gender, fluid. I think mine are in a different.
yeah, yours are going bottom to top. Okay, we got
Here,
Bob,
Well, why don't you list them off, Ram?
Okay, we have under gender identities. The first question is a gender that only exists or feels present when thought about or when a conscious effort is made to notice it. We have vibrant gender, we have trait gender, we have surgender, we have imperi gender, we have horo gender, we have great gender, we have gender punk, we have gender blank, we have fluid flux, and then we have exist gender.
And all these are only used once.
And yeah, well, shit, I can only say them once, okay? So then, okay, I got my answer. There.
So if you want, we can just go through them as we.
Yeah. Let's just go through them.
So what do you think it is?
Did everyone choose one? One?
Yeah.
Okay, I chose.
Yeah.
I chose the right answer, obviously, which is exist gender. That's not it.
No, that is it actually.
That is. I'm about to say, like, okay,
Yeah.
exist gender. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay. Boom. I think I got it.
Okay. So
You know what, man? You gotta do better with your keys. I
What happened?
see the way your answers go. The feeling of you go ahead and read it.
the feeling of being fluid between two or more genders that also fluctuate in intensity, combination of gender fluid and gender flux.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I hate the fact that these exist.
How do you not look at this shit and just go, do you have trauma?
I mean, everyone has trauma.
But to put much thought into it, you know what I mean? Like at a certain point, just say you're horny.
Right.
That's it.
Or if you're like wearing a dress.
And now,
I don't know. Maybe this is just some big cosmetology conspiracy to sell sex changes.
and a broken clock
It
is
might
right.
be.
A broken clock is right 2 times a day. So when they said don't ask, don't tell, that may have been the way to go.
No, I completely that's the way I grew up. I consider myself bisexual, but I didn't go around telling people that because it doesn't matter. No one cares.
I know.
Well, and people don't know. That's the thing. Like when people write off the rip and they're like, it's not man, and it's like, okay,
How the
like,
fuck am I supposed to know what you feel like on the inside?
I don't know you.
How the fuck am I supposed to know what you identify as? That's so like.
But you work in the medical field, you need to know the gender.
No, listen. When it comes to medicine, there's only 2.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like period. Like when it comes to medicine, there is only two. You know what I mean?
Until you want your balls cut off.
Listen, I can want my balls cut off all I want, but if I don't take the estrogen, you know what I'm saying, replacement therapy, my body is not going to produce it.
Even then.
You know what I'm saying? Like it is not going to jumpstart some shit that ain't there.
True.
You know what I mean? Period. But yeah, this is fluid flux.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Here we go. Where we at right here? A gender. Can I read the name?
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 3. A gender that can only be described as a blank space. When gender is called into question, all that comes to mind is a blank space.
Taylor Swift.
Gender blank. These are like I see your key. Okay, so your key is going from top to bottom. Well, it goes from up to down to down to up. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly
No,
fine.
it's gonna switch up though.
Is it
Just
gonna
say
switch
that.
up?
It is.
Oh
Yes.
shit. Okay, see this is
Yeah.
this is when they got me in school because I never read. I was like, oh shit, this is how to go. A,
I
B,
see
A,
the
B, A, B.
pattern.
We catch the
Yeah, I
pattern.
saw the pattern and then I'm abracadabra the whole way down. So,
Alright.
okay, so number 4.
A gender identity that actively resists gender norms.
I don't know why I thought they said racist for a second. But actually, if they resist it, well, they're punks, okay? If you're gonna resist it, you want to be in the punks. 'cause
Or
a punk-
rebel.
Yeah, you're gonna rebel. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna change up on you now.
yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. No. Number 5. Having a gender that is, hey, what's going on? Okay, having a gender that is mostly outside of the binary, but is weak and can barely be felt.
Right after this one.
Great gender.
This is not.
Killing it.
Listen, this is an education. This is an education. So okay, so
I
listen.
said I did this last minute, right?
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So this is awesome education. So basically, yeah, we ain't got to guess no more. So what's number 6? Having a gender that is 100% one gender, but with more of another gender added. What?
Just a sprinkle of another gender on top.
Okay,
Is this supposed to be like 54 of these fuckers?
There's 180
yeah,
of these.
it's 180 genders.
100. I can send you the link.
Yeah.
No, please don't. Send me
Yeah.
some electroshock therapy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. A horror gender.
And then when somebody comes back with
No.
what they are,
What? It switched up? Oh, wait a minute.
when somebody comes out with what they are, I'm just like, oh, cool. Like that's it.
I don't.
Yeah,
Like,
no one cares.
that's what shit no one cares about.
Don't make me want to care. I don't want to
Yeah,
care.
I don't,
So what exactly happens when? No, I don't want to know.
Yeah, what is this
Yeah.
answer? If you say it's switched up, what is it?
It's surgender.
Sir gender. You switched it up.
I
Surgeon
did.
General.
Oh, okay.
That's different.
This is, whatever. People, if you want to be this way.
Sounds like somebody who used to work in an old English castle, Surgeon Dirt.
Yeah.
I'm surgender.
Number 7, a gender that stretches over the whole spectrum of genders.
Yeah, what's this round?
I don't know.
Fiber gender.
Fucking greedy.
Just horny. You're just horny,
Horror
bro.
gender. Horror gender. 'Cause I'm horny.
No, it's
No.
tragender.
Transgender.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just
Yeah.
say try all the genders.
Oh, if that was a Y, I would have got it.
Yeah.
That was a Y. Transgender. All right.
Oh, there's
Well,
only
it's
3 left.
It's only
So.
3 left. A gender that is usually one stable gender, but will occasionally change or fluctuate before stabilizing again. What? Vibrant gender?
Yes.
This is some. You know what? I'm gonna take
So
this.
what, are
to
you like
work.
a man most of the day, but then you're a woman when you get pulled over?
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
Play your cards right. It works out for you.
It's just the ultimate prime.
That'd be like saying I'm black in any normal circumstance of my life, but I'm white when I'm trying to get along.
Listen, that works in places. What number we on? 9?
9.
A gender that. Oh, go ahead.
A gender that changes over time with the core feeling remaining the same.
I have no idea.
All these contradict each other.
Yeah, they do, and I hate the fact.
Horror gender.
Yes.
Man, this is horrible. And, it's not you, the person, but the fact that it's something like, how do you expect anyone to keep up with this shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
Number 10, a fluid gender that can be controlled by the individual. And period.
Yeah, I just don't. I
I
don't
didn't
know.
get one of these right.
I
No.
mean,
No, it's probably
this, I'm gonna talk about this shit at work.
But it's like you said, how do you expect people, I guess, to learn that? So like,
Fair round.
let's say tomorrow,
Oh, Red Bull. This is the one.
Well, nobody will be genuinely interested.
but let's say tomorrow, okay, the French language is the new language. It's going to take us a minute
Right.
to describe things properly.
Je voudrais aller à la
Oh, Rahm
That
Mel's
means,
friend.
excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Well, if they just pick one and stuck to it, that would be fine. But it looks like people change these goddamn things on the flip. So
It's just getting ridiculous.
What's ridiculous if you really think about it? You were thinking if like French became the language. It would be more regular than English language because the words can be spelled the same way and be different, like live and live. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
They mean totally different things in English language.
Yeah,
It's very
I don't
confusing.
know, man. But this gender shit is not that you, the individual, is shit for identifying as some different shit. It's just, it's a bit much to. Okay, if I go to a restaurant, it's a bit much to expect the restaurant to know
identify.
exactly how I like my steak before I, you know what I'm saying? I say, hey, I want steak.
But say they identified you as something and they're like,
Hey, you're a medium rare guy. Motherfucker, no, I'm well done. I'm well done.
How could you get that wrong?
How dare you mislabel me as a medium rare? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, I'm not trying to fucking trivialize it. I guess I am trivializing it, but that's how it feels to regular people.
And-
Not regular people, other people.
and to me, I okay, so say, and I think I can say this.
I mean, go ahead.
People that live this type of lifestyle, there's not really any profound effect on them whatsoever.
Mhm.
So as opposed to something like racism exists, you know what I mean? Like people judge you on behalf of that. Like you may not or may get a job because of, but this doesn't put any limitations on you.
Yeah, for the most part, no one's gonna
Like for me having brain damage, I can't fly a plane. Period. That's it.
Right.
If you're one of these, you can still do whatever you want.
Yeah, true that. Yeah. Because truthfully, it's not in nobody's business.
Yeah, you don't even
Yeah,
have to
man.
tell them. You can lie. Just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I love vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
like-
are trying to make it matter, but it doesn't.
You can tell when you love vagina and when you don't. There's a surefire way. Put a cooter on the table and see how you eat it. You cannot eat a vagina properly if you don't like it.
well, that depends on smell and taste at the same time.
Listen, if you like that vagina, you'll get through the taste and you will.
Not always.
And that smell will be on your face. It's like, man, listen, man, I've been there, man.
you
Had more down bad moments.
You've never been in love with the wrong kind of man. You've never been wrong, man.
Yeah.
You have. Listen, man. I
I haven't.
you haven't. Oh yeah, when it happens, man. God.
even if the cooter smells like Campbell's soup.
Soup is good when you eat it.
What soup?
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Tomato.
as long as
Hell no.
listen, I tomato soup. Do I have a grilled cheese sandwich? You know what I'm saying? Do I have grilled cheese? I mean,
Just that.
Tomatoes is better
no.
soup.
And then I'm gonna be real with you. Any coochie is better than no coochie.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
no. For a man that wants cooch, for a man who desires cooch,
You would not go down on a blue waffle.
number one, that don't exist. And was it the only cooch in the world? Am I at risk of getting blue waffle?
All right, wait. Okay, okay.
I'm just saying.
All right, now I know you pretty well. You've dated a crazy girl.
Yeah. Duh, you know what I'm saying? Have I?
Would you go back? The craziest one? Would you go back for that? I wouldn't. I know why crazy was, and I'd be like, no, I can't do it. I
you
can't.
know what?
I'm scared.
You know what?
I'm scared.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I think there's levels of crazy.
And
And I think
Trying to pick which crazy.
no. I think I'm with the craziest one now. Only because of where she is in her womanness. Like after women are done being fucked over, you want to be the guy after the next guy. You don't want to be
the guy, the
next
rebound guy. You're just the rebound guy.
Yeah. But I just have to be the next guy after the fucked up guy.
Yes.
So
That's,
you know what I'm saying? That's I mean it's good because I'm so great, you know what I mean? And then I don't really have, you know what I'm saying, like standards
So
are low.
humble too.
But,
That's a good spot to be in the lineup, though. I like that play.
No, it's given it's a different place because like potentially the standards could be low and you're the next guy. All you have to do is open the door and she, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the guy could be so abusive in the past you could catch his bullet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got it.
Because you know what I'm saying, you can say, hey, and she'll say, hey, motherfucker, don't yell at me, I'm not dunking, yell at Pam. And all you were trying to do is say,
Look out for the car.
Look out for the car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's levels of healing. But yeah, Nick, so we are about to wrap it up. I want to thank you for coming to the show. Where are you at next?
I guess the next biggest thing, I guess, I'm in the Traverse City Comedy Festival. So
Shit, you made it. You made it. Okay.
Made it to the cool kids table, man.
We're gonna have to come back because there's some people didn't make it either. Okay, well, thank you for coming to the show. You know what? I'm gonna do something different. Give your old self, your first starting self, a piece of advice. You know what I'm saying? Right now. You know what I'm saying? What would you tell yourself, your early comedy self today?
Stick with it, man. It's the long game. You guys were talking about quitting earlier, man. Like the longer you, that's one of those things that wall that you just continue to pound down. Yeah, and every experience, everybody I watch, from you to the pros to this, that, and the other thing, I'm constantly learning. I see you do stuff, and I'm like, oh, that was cool.
So keep going with it. Well, listen, well, that is perfect advice. Now we about to do the positive moment. Then we about to get up out of here. Mel, can I get the pleasure? Mel, can I say it, or do you want to say it?
I'll say it.
Go ahead.
Now it's time for the positive moment.
It's time for the positive moment of the day. And for the people that don't know, the positive moment is when I take the energy of what happened earlier and I try to come up with a cohesive point, man. Today's positive moment is listen, God gave you gifts, okay? God gave you gifts. You might not even know they're gifts, you know what I'm saying? They might come in the form of disabilities. It might come in a seizure condition. It might come, in my case, it might come with a debilitating stutter at one point. But God gives you gifts, and once you get through those gifts, you got to understand that only after that, when you accept your authentic self, then you can accept your gift. And there's a gift to there's a gift to life. There's a gift, there's a purpose, and you will only get that one way. And there's no roadmap to success, but there's a roadmap to happiness, and that's being your authentic self. So at the end of the day, if that don't work, and someone forces you to be an asshole, at the end of the day, fuck it. If you gotta be a dick, at least be girthy. Thank you, Nick, for coming.
Thank you for having me. That was fun, man.
I'm glad you enjoy yourself.
Yeah, always.
Boom.
Yes, good thing.